back because I predict these things.
Beneil Dariush takes on Benoit Saint-Denis this Saturday on the main card of UFC 322, and I'm very excited for this fight. I like watching both these guys. I think they're very exciting, very high level, never put on boring fights. And I think this is going to be a good one. You know, this could be a potential fight of the night. Could be a very back and forth fight between these guys who are very skilled. You know, very skilled on the ground, very skilled on the feet. A lot of finishing potential wherever the fight goes. But I'm going to go with Beneil Dariush in this one, the underdog pick. Plus 170. Benoit Saint-Denis like minus 205. I just don't think Benoit Saint-Denis is going to be able to get the grappling going against somebody like Beneil Dariush, who's an excellent wrestler, offensively and defensively, 82% takedown defense, very high level, jiu-jitsu black belt, a lot of skills on the ground when it goes there, you know, offensively looking for submissions, but also scrambling, staying safe, reversing position. He's just not the type of guy who's going to get dominated, in my opinion, by somebody like Benoit Saint-Denis on the ground. He had a really good performance in his last fight against Renato Moicano, got dropped pretty badly in that first round, but was able to come back and, you know, pretty much dominate the second and third rounds against Renato Moicano, who's also a very high-level black belt. And we saw what Moicano did to Benoit Saint-Denis in their fight. Was able to take him down, beat him up with ground and pound, cut him open pretty badly, and then get the fight to end at the end of the second round. So we've seen you know, Moicano have success in the offensive wrestling and holding Benoit Saint-Denis down on the ground, and I think that Beneil Dariush is going to have success doing that. I don't think that he's just going to give up position, be taken down easily, and just get dominated like some of Benoit Saint-Denis' opponents have done in the past. Dariush is he's a very crafty vet. He had like 5 takedowns in his last fight against Moicano. And Moicano's really good. So that was a really good performance of his to bounce back after the 2 knockout losses to Charles Oliveira and Arman Tsarukyan. Dariush, again, extremely hard to take down. 82% takedown defense. I think he's only really been taken down by Mateusz Gamrot. I think he's taken down like 4 or 5 times in that fight, but he was able to still win that fight. Was able to do enough damage on the feet. Dropped him, I believe, I think it was the 3rd round to get that win. And before that, the only other person taken down was like Evan Dunham back in 2017, which shows kind of how long Beneil Dariush has been in the game. So I just don't see Benoit Saint-Denis having the success that he's used to having on the ground. I am concerned about Beneil Dariush's chin. He's been KO'd several times in his career, most recently by Charles Oliveira by head kick and then ground and pound, and then Arman Tsarukyan caught him with a knee. But before that, several years ago, Alex Hernandez got him. Edson Barboza got him with a flying knee. Ramsey Nijem caught him as well. But since then, you know, he's had 2 years off since that knockout loss, and then came in, got dropped by Renato Moicano, but was able to recover really quickly and turn it around and still like stay composed and get the win there. So I know the chin, it looks bad, but, you know, he's getting dropped by really high level guys. You know, Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan, top 3 guys in the world. And even in that Charles Oliveira fight, he was having a lot of success controlling on the ground. I get it's not the best in terms of confidence for his chin going into this one, but I trust Beneil Dariush. You know, he's shown grit, he's shown toughness to kind of work through taking the damage, get the KO. He had that crazy come from behind victory over Jakar Close where he was rocked and then wobbled him and put Jakar Close out. You know, he's able to get decisions and really back and forth fights like the Gamrot fight, the Diego Ferreira fight, and again, getting dropped by Moicano and being able to come back and win that fight. And I feel like Benoit Saint-Denis, he's got power on the feet, but he's not just sparking guys. Like, he had that knockout over Gabriel Miranda and the head kick over Matt Frivola, but I don't really rate those knockouts. I don't think those guys are anywhere near the level of Dariush, and I feel like Dariush just gets caught by kind of weird strikes and weird circumstances. Got caught by the knee from Arman, he didn't really see coming. The high kick from Oliveira. Moicano caught him with the straight right, but I feel like Benoit Saint-Denis, I feel like you can kind of see what's coming. You know, he's going to blitz you, he's going to throw some hooks. He likes the body kick, he'll throw some step-in elbows, but I feel like Arman Tsarukyan's going to be able to kind of deal with the striking style of Benoit Saint-Denis. I feel like he's normally using it to kind of set up his grappling. Benoit, he won't have that rear leg body kick that he likes, just facing the southpaw and Dariush. And Dariush has really heavy kicks as well. Really good leg kicks, really good body kicks. Mixes it up to the head as well. And I see BSD just kind of winging punches to set up his takedowns. I feel like it works because, you know, people don't have really the striking skills to deal with him. Or have the ability to kind of shoot under and threaten with takedowns, and you know, I feel like a lot of people are just too afraid to go to the ground with him, and I feel like he has success against guys that aren't the most well-rounded. You know, Dariush has striking, he's not afraid to shoot, he's not afraid to go to the ground with Benoit Saint-Denis, he's not afraid to throw back when pressured like Benoit Saint-Denis is going to try to do to push him against the cage, look for the clinch, look for the takedowns. And I don't think that Dariush is going to really be afraid to commit to his strikes for fear of getting taken down in this one because, again, solid wrestling, solid jiu-jitsu. And Dariush can crack too. You know, he's a very good striker. I think the calf kick in this one will be big, a big tool against Benoit Saint-Denis, who doesn't check leg kicks very well. And Dariush has some really heavy leg kicks. I feel like Benoit Saint-Denis, even though he's putting guys out, he's taking a lot of damage as well. Might not have the KO losses that Beneil Dariush does, but he took tons of damage in the Renato Moicano fight, was knocked out by Dustin Poirier. If you go back to, I think it was his first fight in the UFC, the Eliseu Zaleski dos Santos fight, he moved up in weight to take that fight like welterweight on short notice and just got absolutely beat up on the feet. You know, probably should have been stopped several times before it was. So he is there to be hit. He can be hurt. And he has been KO'd lately. You know, he was KO'd about 1.5 years ago against Dustin Poirier. So taking a lot of damage. And I just feel like he doesn't really move his head. Moves straight in, chin in the air, looking to get the clinch or his takedowns. He takes damage en route to getting his positions and has a solid chin. But at what point does that chin fail you, you know? I just wonder how long his chin will last. And what it's going to look like taking shots from Beneil Dariush, pushing in, if and when it goes past, the second round, the third rounds. I don't see Dariush giving up a sub like Prepelic did, or Bonfim. I don't think he's going to get taken down, cover up and get TKO the way that Benoit Saint-Denis did to Thiago Moises. I feel like Dariush has really good cardio to match the pace, the pressure of Benoit Saint-Denis. And when things get tough, things get gritty, they get a little hairy, I feel like you can count on Dariush as long as his chin holds up to be firing back and looking to get the win. I don't think there's any quit in the guy. He's got a lot of heart. And again, we haven't seen Benoit Saint-Denis really get pushed and tested. The last time he really got pushed and tested was against Renato Moicano, and the fight ended by TKO. The same with Dustin Poirier. He went into that potentially with a staph infection or whatever. But started to slow down in that fight, got finished, and the last time he went to a decision was against Zaleski dos Santos, where he's taken a lot of damage. So I'm just curious to see how his style works when he's going against somebody like Dariush, who's going to be able to compete with him on the ground. It's not just going to be a one-way train the way that Benoit Saint-Denis usually used to, just getting guys down, beating them up, looking for submissions. I think that Dariush is going to give him a lot of troubles on the ground, a lot of troubles on the feet, scrambling, making him get back up, making him take damage on the feet, and really making him work. And I think that we'll find out who Benoit Saint-Denis as this fight progresses. And I know who Beneil Dariush is. I know that if his chin holds up, I know that he's going to be a dog and he's going to stick it in there and go out on his shield if he needs to, but he's going to be constantly looking to win that fight. So I'm going to go with Beneil Dariush. I think he's got more experience, fought a lot of really high-level guys, so has Benoit Saint-Denis, but whenever Benoit Saint-Denis takes a step up against a proven guy, Dustin Poirier, Renato Moicano, he's losing. So he's got that solid win over Mauricio Hufi in his last fight, but we didn't really know a lot about Mauricio Hufi in his ground game. We found out, that's a deficiency of his, and Benoit Saint-Denis was able to crowd him, was able to give him, no respect on the feet, not let him use his range, not let him get his flow going, just kind of took him down and beat on him and got the finish. And I just feel like that's not going to happen to somebody like Beneil Dariush. I think Benoit Saint-Denis used to being the hammer and not used to being the nail, and I feel like Beneil Dariush, maybe he gets hurt in this fight a few times, maybe it's not looking too good, but I think that he'll be able to gut it out. I think that he'll be able to win 2 of the 3 rounds and get a decision win over Benoit Saint-Denis. Thanks.